Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be installing some products that I got. I originally wasn't going to do this tonight, but I have to wait for my gas technician to come and turn my gas back on because we had a bit of an ice storm and things are kind of going crazy right now, so let's get started. First off, I have another secret bumper that's going in the rear. I've never seen it before. Should be interesting. Thanks again, Dennis, for hooking me up with that. So if you hop into your vehicle, there's the exhaust. Go figure. Right here, you're gonna see two bolts on the side of the body. If you want, you can remove that whole L bracket, or at least just remove those two bolts. Once you remove those two bolts, go to the other side, do the exact same thing to that side. Oh look, another bolt. Loosen that bolt off. And oh look, another bolt. So you're gonna want to take out at least those two. If you want, remove the other two as well. So if you want those four, and then see this L bracket here, we're gonna remove that L bracket, or unscrew that one, unscrew that L bracket right there, and we're gonna unscrew the one over there. Let me get a size on this thing and I'll tell you what size it is. Once you get the screws out of this bracket, if you go up from the corner, I'm just trying to see if I can show you, there it is. See this? There's one more right. Once you get those brackets off, that's all I did. I took those L brackets off, reach around on the inside, loosen the bumper, put one side down, go to the other side, loosen them off. Or if you have two people, both of you just unscrew each side with your hand and take it right out. Next thing to do is unbox your bumper and see what mounting points it calls for. At the frame, you're gonna see these 4 holes. We're gonna have to drill these bigger. As you can see, these ones are fine. I can slide my drill bit into them, so those will be good. But this one, it's not quite big enough, and this one definitely isn't big enough. This is a 1/2 inch driver. What you're gonna do is drill these out to 1/2 inch. If yours calls for this, take your frame plates, slide them into here. Next, take your next frame plate, do the exact same thing. So as you can see, that hook is going to be in the way. So we're going to have to remove that hook. As you can see, these are lined up. Now, because of this particular bumper, I'm not going to be using these. For the bolts on this one, those two and the one on the bottom here, those are all 3/18s. Just loosen them off and then you're just going to slide out that plate that's on the inside. As you can see, my two bolts are lined up. Watcha. Wow, you can see my lens is dirty, but yeah, done that on both sides. All that's cleaned up. There's the hook off, and now it's time to just lift your bumper up and onto here. Let's go over our bolt configurations. As you can see, it goes bolt, spring washer, washer for these ones. With our big long ones, which are going to be passing right through this frame piece, it's going to be bolt, washer, frame, washer, nylock nut. If you do that, it should lock them in. Now, when we put this in, whichever bolts you decide to do first is completely up to you. But what I would suggest you do is, if you're really scared about those coming loose, you could just put some red Loctite on them. Again, if you do that, good luck trying to get them out afterwards. They're going to be nice and tight in there. You'd probably have to hit it with heat. If you are doing this alone, I found it easiest to put the first bolt, the back bolt, in first. Go on one side, do that, go on the other side, and you basically lift it up, and then while you're supporting it with your knee or something, you just lift it up a bit and you can get that loosely in there. And then now you're just going to do the same with the next bolt, so that way it's sitting sort of level, and then you can do those long bolts. Once you get those ones just on like so, don't tighten them, whatever you do. Just like put them on hand tight so that way you can still move this. And then you could use your knee or whatever the heck you want, but you're just gonna straighten it up and you're gonna put your bolts in the back. Just to show you one of these, how I put them in. I literally went above the bumper on a bit of an angle and then went like this. And look, they came through. Now you thread on your washer and your lock nut. So it goes bolt, lock, bolt, washer, washer nut. So the first ones we're going to cinch up, just so that way we can get it a little bit more square on the frame here, is these bolts. So you just want to snug them up slowly, and on this side it'll be a 3/4, on this side it'll be an 18. If you have a stubby, you could always go off the bolt head, or you could just put a wrench on that side and then a ratchet on this side. After you get your 4 bolts snugged up, take a look. See if it's going on a slant at all. I checked mine, and mine is a 1/2 inch on both sides, is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna tighten my corners, and that is it. You can make sure that it sucks into the body on both sides too. And just a warning, that might also throw it out a little bit. So see which way you have to play with it, but you basically wanna snug everything up, and then after that, pull out your torque wrench and torque them down to 90 foot-pounds. Now, if you don't have a torque wrench, that's about as tight as you do your tires. So that's about 80 to 90 foot-pounds on your lug nuts. So what you can always do is tighten them up to 80 to 90 and then go from there. You got your torque wrench set to 90 foot-pounds. Sticker on the bolt. Yep, that's good. Wow, what a difference. That looks really, really, really cool. I like it. Now, you'll see that I have these D shackles on. That's just to kind of take a look at it right now. Keep these with you, but don't keep them on here. If you notice, these are gonna knock, and they'll slowly, depending on the paint job, it might wear away after a while. The other reason why not to is they're really loud, and there's no real reason to keep them on. So, unless you're going to the bush, I would suggest taking these off. If you want to, keep one in your glove compartment just in case, let's say you slide into a ditch or something like that, you have one with you so someone can pull you out. But that's pretty much it. There's no reason to have them on. That's what it looks like. That's how easy it is to replace a rear bumper. It wasn't that bad. When I was doing the 90 foot-pounds, it's definitely one of those things where as you're going, you're like, oh, it's gonna snap, and it doesn't. It just, you hear that click and your heart just skips a beat and you're ready to go. So that's all there is to this rear bumper. Next thing I'm going to quickly do is my TerraFlex rear tire carrier, so stay tuned for that video. Thanks again for watching. Like the video if it helped you out, and subscribe for more.